Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And that's on Jackson Carman, second-round pick in 2021. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Here's Mayfield. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And again, it's Mayfield. Touchdown, Bengals. Sky Moore from a yard out. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Let's go now.
On first down, Lawrence. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. That's taken it around the 40. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. To throw, Mayfield. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Inside handoff, Henry. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Mayfield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Terry McLaurin, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they move this all the way down to the 9. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bills have recovered.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And here come the Bills. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A check down here to Jones. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And the Bengals grab it. And they've got the football and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. This is caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Way to go. Up the middle, Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lawrence will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Here's Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. This one complete to the tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I'm ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Again, it's Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The kick by Bass is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Mayfield looks to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it was the New York Jets who keep their season alive as they were able to take care of the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these 2 teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Oh, wide open, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Lawrence's throw hauled in by QT here. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Touchdown, Bills! James O'Shaughnessy from 4 yards out. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Thomas brings it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Mayfield. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Mayfield down. And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves. They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30. They'll run it again with Henry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Henry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, got his 1st touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah,
chance.
That's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 13 yards remaining on second down. On play action, Lawrence. That's complete downfield to James. The 30. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Offside. Defense.
So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Lawrence will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Rondale Moore from 6 yards away. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And quickly they get to the line. Henry again on second down. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Derrick Henry saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bills ready to take over. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Lawrence on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Eric Rowe, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TV. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now out come the Bills. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw on target to James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Over the middle. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Bengals grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Another run now for Nwangu. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This a 43-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And the Bengals going to live to fight another week as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.